Hey, brother.
Hey, what is shaking, brother? How you doing?
Living the dream. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'm doing all right, man. You've been lined up kind of back to back with interviews today, right?
Yeah. Like all the fucking servers shut down.
Your service shut down?
Not mine in DC, Washington.
Oh shit, are you serious? Today we deep dive the life story of Johnny Walker, an Iraqi with a dream who earned his citizenship fighting alongside the Navy SEALs as an interpreter. Okay, strap in, folks, and prepare to hear a story about hope, courage, and family, and the magic we call luck that sometimes intervenes to create a bridge to freedom. So crazy life you've been leading the past
Yeah.
couple of weeks.
It's not something like you used to do it.
Johnny Walker, welcome to the Woke Warrior Stories podcast. It's truly an honor to have you here today.
Another is mine, and thank you so much to call me a warrior. And I wish I deserved this big name.
It's pretty funny because every warrior that I have on this show, and they're all elite warriors, says the same thing. We talked a bit before the interview, and I think one of the things I'm excited about in this interview is helping to bridge the gap. We tend to see heroes through a very limited lens in America, and most countries do that, and help broaden a complex picture. There's heroes on both sides, and a lot of Iraqis that just haven't had their stories told.
I'm going to tell you there's thousands and thousands of people brave more than me in Iraq, in Syria, in different places, in every place who look for freedom. And I am just lucky to be in the right time and right place with American forces. And they give me the chance as a human to express myself and tell about my experience.
Well, part of your story, and I've actually just dug into your book, part of your story is putting yourself in the right place, and you had to persevere to do that. So let's just kind of get a sense of first, like where you're at today, because you're in a pretty unique place, and then we'll dig into your past. All over the news lately, you've been on a roller coaster ride. You're now American citizen. But what I'm interested in hearing is how you see yourself showing up every day. Here you went from Navy SEAL interpreter, people attached to your story, everybody wants to hear it. You're now an American citizen. How do you see what you do every day now? Like, how do you show up to life?
We never talk about ourselves. We don't like that. And suddenly you are facing everyone and you have to tell about some memories. You made it. Like one of the mission, I believe I will sacrifice my life to do it, but I never think or planning to tell it one day. So this is where we're struggling. This is one. Second things, if you look at it, I mean, with all my apology and my respect to you and to all the American, you guys born and you guys American citizen. You don't feel it like me, how I feel it. Not because I'm better than you, no, but because I apply for citizenship and I wait, match my dream, match everything I have, and I get it. Is one of the moment, I don't know, it's affect me so bad and it's gonna stay in my memory all my life. And the second part of answering your question, today is not gonna be new day. Today is gonna be continue for what I built yesterday. Because in the United States we build our memories because we own tomorrow. So it's big responsibility now on my shoulder. I became American citizen. I'm not going to say that I am an angel. I have chaos mistake, but I'm trying to be different people, to be someone deserve to be American citizen every day and do the right things. And now to pay back to my country, to give without wait to take, which is this is how this country built. If you look at it 300 years ago, maybe your grandfather, he came from East Coast with wagon and his family to the West Coast. facing everything.
Hmm.
He have only faith. So I want to be in that wagon, and I want to honor myself and see if I can deserve to be American citizen.
Well, you said a couple powerful things there. One is just the impact of the journey. And, I have to commend you for saying that. Like, yeah, it is nothing that we can understand. But perhaps that's the benefit of hearing your story is there's the power of the experience of doing the things that you've done to get where you're at. And then there's also the impact of your story, people hearing it. So I hear that. I hear a humble man. I hear a man that's talking to the complexity of two things. All right, here's the weird part of growing up and where you did, and maybe some of the things that you face. There was a lot of restrictions. There wasn't the freedom that you have here. Now that you're here, you're talking about, well, here's a whole nother set of responsibilities that I have. Now that I've disentangled myself from that place, there's the complexity of safety when you don't have a lot of freedom, meaning, well, I don't have as many decisions to make. Now you're here and you're talking to, well, crap, yes, it's exactly where I want to be. And I have the privilege of being able to make my memories and build something with it. And also with that comes complexity. I hear you being aware enough to address that. Let's go back a little bit. You have a big, complex story, one of being caught in a culture of chaos, of aligning with a movement for freedom through the American forces and ending up in the United States. You're here now. Often before people get clarity on what their next step is, there's a low point. Where would you consider that low point? Because I could go through your story and probably pick out like 50 potential low points that I've heard already. But what's interesting to me, and perhaps the listener, is what you would consider that low point where you started to ask those questions, like, how do I create the change that I want to create?
So for me, I don't know. I'm not trying to change anyone. I'm
Right.
trying to change myself first. So I'm trying to be part of this honor wheel from my small position. If I can bring the American dream to the people, they live in shithole and nowhere with no hope. I wish I can be part of that to build that bridge again. Well, I'm telling you, I'm gonna do it right.
Well,
I'm gonna do it the best way.
right. Well, we're getting insight to your superpower maybe early on. Like, how old were you when that started to happen? How are you the one that gives yourself permission to see freedom in a culture where freedom is disappearing? What's unique about you? Maybe it's your family. Maybe it was your curiosity. What was it?
I mean, its family is main things. So my family, they try so hard. So they push me to play basketball. And my journey started with American Dream because I watch Harlem Team. Because I want to be the best team in my imagination that time, Harlem Team. With the all fake things, everything, and Emotional can be one of them. Song, Kenny Roger, Lady, move to John Wayne, cowboy movie. One day I'm gonna live in the United States. But there is something else. I think you didn't notice it. I am tall, like 6'4".
Yeah.
And that's mean in Iraq I am giant. And when I am like teenager, I love slingshot, broken windows, all this kind of stupid kids activity, and like my grandfather, he established his own army. So I don't know, it's genes, family, it's kind of like everything built me to have what I have right now. If you miss one of those items, I will never reach to my destiny.
There was a part of you that sounds like that was pushing for something more, and you were willing to walk a line early on, meaning like between pushing for what you wanted and what you wanted to be. It ended up playing out in a little bit of violence, a little bit of like, I'm not afraid of contact, I'm not afraid of this, but you're saying your family had enough awareness to pull you back and say, hey, wait a minute. Why don't you start putting that to something that might allow you to exercise
Positive.
this desire and this freedom a little bit? So
Agreed.
you had a success in those things, right? So you had early success. So maybe you were tasting freedom all along the way, but it was freedom that you were creating for yourself. But I also hear something
Agreed.
else. You were seeing the limits. You're going, shit, I made it this far. And when I say accomplished, you're very accomplished. You're in a huge city. You're doing very well. You were a top basketball player, right? That was one of them. High jumper.
High jumper too.
Right?
Yeah.
So you're like one of the best in the city, but that psychologically brings you to an interesting point. You're always tasting freedom, but you have the wherewithal within you. Maybe that was from your family or genes, like you're saying, to go, well, what's next? And you said the image of America started coming. You started reaching for it.
Yeah, I have one life. I want to have a story to tell.
You're reaching for freedom, but who do you have as like somebody you feel comfortable enough to talk about that?
So I'm talking when I am like 16 years old, and I'm still living with my family, and I have my best friend, his name's Ziad, and we met every day, and we talk about our dreams. Trust me, at that time, most of the people, they don't have the religious virus like right now. Everyone lives like kind of free life, from open Western country to Muslim religious country. Because I cannot consider any extremist who's killed innocent people, he's Muslim or Christian or Jewish or Buddha or whatever. Mm-hmm. He presents only himself. And this is maybe another topic.
No, I get you. But you're talking to this point. At that point in time, you could embrace freedom. And there was a certain level of comfort in society to do that. People weren't as restricted to talk about those things. But I hear this in your mindset already, and this is what I'm tracking. I'm not the kind of person that's going to talk out loud about it. I'm going to show you how I build it. So you're pointing to kind of your own predisposition for a warrior mindset early on, meaning it's not what I talk about, it's what I show. So you had this, where did that come from? Was that a family thing, or was that something that started to develop naturally?
I think from my dad, like always, hey, if you want to do something, do it. And let someone else talk about it.
Can you tell me about dad a little bit? Like,
he's an army sergeant. He woke up in early morning. He sleep in Pacific time and do this and that. You know what I mean? But we have very good friendship, me and him. And he always support my dream. Always he says, if you want to have shoes, work for the shoes. If you want to have boots, work for the boots. Which is mean, if you want to have solid future as officer, work hard and go to the school, do all this kind of things. Not, you want to be a known person, go and be soldier.
Okay. So here you are, 17 years old. You have a taste of freedom. There's kind of this interesting dynamic to you, willing to push for what you want, getting into a little bit of trouble, good mentorship, the culture of your family's pulling you back and nurturing you, but not babying you, nurturing you. That's what I hear anyway. It's starting to sink in. So where is this point where you start to get a sense of maybe I want to do something different? Where does it happen for you?
In 1990. Before that, I met my wife. I'm not good with date. She's better than me. I know. I hear her. She's laughing.
Yeah.
Beida, which year we met or we feel in love? Come over, Beida.
It seems we stood and talked like this before. We looked at each other in the same way then, but I can't remember where or when.
So 1987,
Okay.
I met her, and from that time, we have love story, amazing love story. Kind of from that time, we have Iraqi-Iran war going on.
Deep in Iranian territory, Iraqi armour chalks up fresh successes on the battlefield. For once, an Arab army...
A lot of bodies came to the cities, and Saddam he started being crazy more and more. Like, imagine if someone run away from the front line, their assassin team, they kill him and they send his body to his family, and they charge him for the bullet they shoot her son. Yeah, so imagine.
وهو سياسي ما هو الطريق؟
For me, I don't know, I am just lucky to find the right bridge every time when I am goes down.
So here you are in this really complex place. You're now in love, and things are starting to fall apart a little bit. Chaos is showing up at your doorstep. The wolves are at the door. What happens?
So in that time, in 1990, we get married, me and Beda, my wife, and we have sanction against Iraq, and that's mean you have to work very hard, because I have kids, to support them with the daily life needs.
What are you doing at that time to make a living?
So I work in heavy machine like bulldozers, radar, name it. I love it because it's tough job and make you like work hard. You have to push it to the limit, because in the United States there is safety rules, no helmet, no boots, whatever you want to do, but you have to work 12 hours, like it looks like the first hour you work. So this is where I put the American dream behind me. If you are not able to give a freedom from inside you to your kids, you will never taste the freedom. So the freedom in that time, I understand, is bring piece of meat and vegetable to my kids every day. So, and move from that construction job to truck driver, 18-wheelers, give me more privacy to live with my dream, go back and forth, living with my imagination. I drove the 18-wheelers with 40 tons all the way to Basra, back and forth 1,800 kilometers to make it $20. So point is, behind all this struggling, we find our ways to keep our faith on the dream. We have it, which is tomorrow.
And the dream is an idea at that point. So you're talking about there's no longer the freedom to embrace the idea that we can make a change and maybe move to America, or I can pursue something. It's more, how do I nurture it in my mind? And you're saying your family's doing it too. Take us to the day where Navy SEALs come in. What's going on in your life? What's going on in your family? And how are you looking at your choices at that point?
So in 2003, which is, we know, like the activity increased between United States and Saddam's. I cannot say it's with Iraq, because Iraq didn't fight United States. Saddam, he fight United States. All the anti-activity goes increase every day. I know it. At certain point, we can be attacked, we can be invade, we can be liberate, name it. And in 2003, when they came, an American soldier in Mosul, and I saw them, and it looked like, fucking hey, my dream coming back. And first thing, I just want to talk with Americans, because we learn in our school in a British accent. And when I start to talk with Americans with my very, very low, poor language, I understand shit from them, nothing. There's a huge difference. And I remember one of the guys, I have Russian car, and he have Humvees. I told him, hey, you want to trade our cars? I think he's redneck. He looked at me and he said, it's not a car. And that time is very peaceful. There is no anti-activity, there is no car bombs, no sniper, nothing. Try in different ways to have job with you guys. I couldn't. No, I go wait like 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. I spend all the money in my pocket. And at the end of the day, without thank you, done for today. So it looks like I'm done. I'm not doing it again. Until one of the nights, I'm sitting in my uncle's shop, small shop. My uncle, he killed by ISS, and his son and his daughter. So anyway, so we sitting and we drink cheap whiskey. Maybe hold the bottle is for 25 cents. And we just like, you know, chit chat in different subject. And I'm thinking in my pocket, there's 50 cents. And it's gonna be between my kids, pocket money, or have a taxi, or buy smoke. So finish my drink, heading back to my house, and I'm thinking like, okay, I'm gonna walk for a few miles. So I'm walking and I hear 3 women talk shit about American unit. They don't think about us, they just took it, blah, 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 whatever, you know, and one of the women act stupid, and she slapped one of the guys and he pulled the weapon. I'm gonna be in kill, no way. And it looked like, you know what, I'm gonna walk faster, go to the military police. Maybe they let me to take care of the problem with the female. So I'm gonna be win-win from both sides. I didn't lose my dignity by protect them. I didn't lose my life by protect them. And also the American soldier, they are my dream, and I'm not gonna lose them again. Walk fast. I went to Sergeant, told him, sir, this and that. He says,
yeah, you jackass. Yeah, take care of it, please.
So I told him, I don't want to hear anything. Just go away. They left, and after a few minutes, one of the guys, I hear him talking in Iraqi and telling some bad shit. He thought I'm a translator. So I give him what he deserved. And Sergeant, he says,
hey, you want to work with us?
Are you shitting me? So I went and I started work with Americans.
You're in this place where you're seeking a next step for your family. You're starting to get depressed because your choices seem to be shrinking. You're doing everything that you can, but I hear a man that's still nurturing a dream and paying attention. Meaning like, I pass a conversation that appears to be a problem. How can I use this problem? You're still seeing it serving your freedom somehow. You play the story out, and lo and behold, by you helping to resolve that problem, here comes the impossible opportunity. You want a job, and it's working for the U.S. So here's a bridge. You call these bridges. Here's another bridge for you.
It's not the American forces, the bridge. But Sergeant, he's the bridge.
Yes, totally. So everything comes full circle for you. You show up and do all the right things. This guy picks you, basically. So here's what we got. Young man is listening, seeking freedom, marries, falls in love with the woman of his dreams. Freedom starts to disappear, but you're still holding on to it. It's an idea that you're holding on to and nurturing. Your family's doing it behind you. I hear the support of your family. I hear an awake and aware man that's looking for his bridge and his opportunity. He jumps on it, and you get into the position to be an interpreter for the Navy SEALs, and you're not even knowing what you're getting yourself into at that moment.
So in that moment, I work with military police.
Okay. What do you do next?
I just want to enjoy that time. I remember they gave me money, and I went to the market, and I took my family with me, and for the first time, we can buy any food we like and we can eat it. This is another freedom lesson to me. More option by follow your faith.
So here you are at this crossroads. It's not exactly the freedom that you've been imagining, but there's more space for freedom. But you're on this place where you're now working in alliance with a movement for freedom. But now you're into another reality, the reality of maybe your father's familiar with, what it looks like to hold a gun, to put yourself into life and death situations. Is there a point where you start to look at life a little bit differently and the challenge is something else now?
One time, I remember we had mission at the night shift, and they wake me and they said, Johnny, you take the Iraqi police, you are in charge about them. I told them I am a Turk, I shouldn't do that. They says, do you care? I told them, no, I don't give a shit. They said, we don't care at all, we trust you. So the thing is, we're going to catch guy who's make trouble in the neighborhood. Big trouble, like using weapon, drunk. It's a good mission. But the thing is, in all city Mosul, is small alleys. You cannot use Humvee or there's no mobility to reach to the target. So we have to walk. Anyway, we walk almost for 30 minutes between those alleys. So the plan is, I'm getting behind the house and the military police, American military police, go to the front door. When they knock the door, we surround the backyard and that's it. But I'm thinking, okay, it's summertime, all the people, they can sleep at the roof, and I know he's at the roof because he's bad guy, he expect someone capture him or something, so he's gonna run away. So while I'm thinking, I told him, okay, I'm jumping. So I jump and I went to the roof and I saw him, he's sleepy still. And I woke him up, and while I woke him up, I put my hand underneath his pillow and I found pistol. I present Iraqi police and American military police, and we have case against you. If you don't mind, come with us to the police station, a few questions and you will be back. He said,
Yeah, I'll come. I don't care. I did nothing.
Tell them, hey, I accuse you with nothing. Take what you said, send it to the judge, and that's it. So he believed it, thank God. And suddenly we have gunfire. So, and I hear the military police, let's go. And they don't know I stuck at the roof because I'm with the Iraqi police. And I hear the Iraqi police,
Let's go.
it's like, fuck. I cannot take him with me now because he start like become more violent and not cooperate with me. So if I leave him there, I don't have boxing gloves to chain him in any place. If I leave him, maybe he's gonna take AK and start chasing me in those small alley. So I have no option. I told him, hey buddy, I apologize, but I have no option. So I push him from the roof. He's alive. He came like a couple of weeks to the police station with some scars and some shit. But I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? But the point is, when I head back and talk with the military police, they start laughing like how he did. And they say, fuck it, you're one of us. And that's why introduced me to the SEALs. Hey, we have the best of the best. So I went there and I said with his Master Chief, and he retired now. And as I told you, I have poor language. Barely I can understand like 20-30% of what he's saying. And I'm embarrassing myself. I'm just like waving my head, you know, like, yes. So I just want to finish the interview. So I told him, are we good? Did I get the job? He says, indeed. And I am so embarrassing to ask him what does indeed mean. So again, I just waved my head. Thank you. I left, went back to the military police base, and all of them, they wait outside. And Johnny, did you get the job? I was like, fuck, indeed. And everyone laughed like you know. And it's like, holy shit, yes, I am in. So when I moved to the SEALs, there's a huge difference. Different weapon, different communication. Everyone is operator. Beer, I hear no sir. There's no officer. It's like, holy shit, what I'm end up with. I remember like the first mission I went to the brief, I understand only Abdullah, the jackpot name.
By the jackpot name, you mean the target.
Yeah. And when we went to the target, there is a guy like touching me from my shoulder, left, right, front, top. And we stopped beside the target. I saw them, they put something, but I had no idea what is it. And they just hear boom. So I started running from the sea. I thought we are under attack. So, survival skill, run your ass away. And I feel sorry about the guy with all the gear. He's running behind me. So anyway, I stopped at a certain point and he said, this is fucking free. Honestly, the thing started to change when we start capturing bad people. I mean bad. One day I found, me and the team, we found like cashier house. RBG, mine, C4, 150, 150 rounds, name it. And it's like, holy shit. Those people, they are not built the country with all this explosive. And I look at the SEALs like, I feel shameful. Those guys, they came 1,000 miles to my city while I am sitting. So this is where it's change. It's time to fight for my country.
You had talked about serving this idea of freedom when you began to lose it. And it's the first time was when your culture started to get out of control and you're working as a construction worker, the dream's starting to fade in the background because you're wired into survival mode. The only space
Correct.
for freedom is kind of like when you're connecting with your family through food.
Correct.
You get this bridge, you go in the military, you keep showing up for these opportunities. And what's amazing is nobody's training you for these opportunities.
No.
But you're resilient enough to step in and just adapt. But now you're talking to another reality. If I'm going to hang out with these dudes as an interpreter, there's a lot of surviving I got to figure out. But you're also talking about this other critical leap. Now you're moving from just being in a space of freedom to fighting for it. You're seeing the need to fight for your freedom. So you make this leap. How are you explaining this to your family? Or do you? What's your choice there? What does the conversation between you and your family look like?
Zero. I told them nothing. What men do, this is what men belong. This does not belong to my family to make them aware of me or of my safety.
So
this is my duty.
You're stuffing it.
Yeah. They think I work with engineers.
Oh my gosh. So where are you getting your sanity? Meaning like who are you talking to?
No one except my best friend, Ziad.
So it's still Ziad.
Yeah. He's good people. I don't tell him all the details, no. But I told him I work with special forces. And we capture a lot of bad guys, just be careful, this and that. And he said, yeah, you too, because they start calling you in the mosque traitor.
How are you dealing with that conflict? Because you're talking about walking a very fine line. You're holding on to basically not just a bomb for yourself, but a bomb for your family. What's helpful for you in terms of just surviving every day and holding on to that?
Everything have a price, which is money. Only freedom is a blood. Is not bullshit things. You have to pay life. So we are ready to do that.
So you're just saying
I lost my brother. And I don't know how many times almost I'm losing my life. But this is the only price and we will pay it.
So you're saying at that critical time where you're trying to walk a very fine line, you lost your brother around that time?
Yeah.
Oh, that's tough. The reality that I hear you talking about, and we're learning more about how powerful person you are is, I'm going to hold on to this, and my answer for this is just to lean into it the best that I can, and that is with the attitude of sacrifice.
Like I told you, like I feel shameful. Those guys, they came 1,000 miles,
Yeah.
sacrificed life, and I am the one who was born and raised in this city, do shit. So another challenge.
So now you're showing up, you cross the bridge, but you're saying, now I'm facing the terror. I see it. It's no longer something that I can hide from. That's where the shame came in, is what you said, was maybe I was hiding a little bit. And now you're like, oh shit, it's right there. And you go, well, what do I do to give the best response? And you lean into the teams and your job as an interpreter. You hold on to it, which is an incredible amount of pressure. I don't think anybody understands like what that feels like who hasn't been through it. You're holding on to that role, that how incredibly hard that role is from your family, from the people that you care about the most, for all the right reasons, because you love your family and you love your country. Where does stuff start to come together for you?
So I worked from 2003 to 2009, and I conduct at least 1,000 missions. From the first day I work until Team 7, and start work with Team 2. For whole this 6 months, I build myself as best as I can. And I consider myself, when I work with Team 2, I became operator.
Can you explain to the listener what that means, just so they know?
Yeah.
Because not everybody's a warrior that taps in here.
So Team 2, when they came, they have different policy how they follow the target. And we have one of the big target. It's on the list. For some reason, they don't have it. And one time, sitting with a friend of mine, and he said,
Oh man, you don't know what happened in our neighbor. One of the guys, his kids, they are so bragging about his dad is a branch of one of the terrorist organizations.
so I took my friend for dinner and drink, and I asked him his name. He gave me the same name we have. Same descriptions, look like this is what we're looking for. So I went to the house, I do CTR, look at to the target, how many doors, how many windows, route, N-filled, X-filled, almost 3 days. And when I'm doing that, I'm thinking about the guys, and it's like, fuck, if I capture this guy, I will make them proud. I called Team 2, and they said,
Johnny, yeah, this is very important. But we have this guy, he's tracking him, and we track his boss.
within 2 months, they called Team 2 for PSD. You remember when they protect the Iraqi president and the prime minister or ministers? It was like, fuck it, I'm not going to let that guy go away.
Can I make? I need a clarification here.
Yeah.
So, this is making me laugh. You're talking about making this leap from 7 to 2, but the leap that you made from interpreter to operator is you're designing, planning, laying out an entire mission on your own. So in addition from what's going on in your role with the team, you have a project that's going on, is what you're talking about, and it's your
I
person.
cover everything.
How many people know that you're doing this? Just you?
Only by myself.
Jesus.
So everything is on me. So I watch him. I know where he's going to be home. Disconnect the engine water hose. Drive it with no water. Engine's going to be steaming. Stop in the front of the house. Ask for water to cool my engine. I did, and it's steaming everywhere, the engine. Stop in front of the house. Make the door. Hey, this and that. Oh yeah, of course, brother, this and that. He gave it to me, and we start talking, me and him. Told him, hey, hopefully we can do something about the American. And he says,
Yeah, those infidels, fuck them.
and I told him, do you know who I am? He says, no. I told him, I am the one who's gonna fucking fuck you up before you fuck up a lot of innocent people. So he have weapon too, but I'm kind of faster than him. his wife, she saw me and I told her, hey, don't forget my face. I am from Ansar Sunnah and we can kill all the Qaeda leader, different stupid savage organization. Head back to my family and I told them I want to sleep. And I couldn't sleep. I just like, okay, for how long this can I get? What kind of the right solutions? But one thing's pushed me over and over and over. When I saw them one time, they killed Iraqi police in Mosul, and after they kill him, they open his stomach, they pulled bomb, and they called his police station he belonged to. They came and they used remote control and blow up his body, killed more innocent people. So anyway, I hear in the news, like in local news, not the newspaper, but people talking, there is 200 liters between both sides. They kill each other.
This is what warriors often don't like to talk about, is there's a natural consequence to taking actions like that. There's an emotional reality to all this. So you're having to deal with all that stuff too while you go forward. You're on mission. Boom, you're on mission. Is there a point where you have to slow down and address that, or you just like all speed ahead until I'm through this?
So I went with all my power to have mission every day. I push it to the limit. And they asked me, Johnny, things getting worse. You need to think about getting your family out of Iraq to United States.
How far into your career
in
are you?
In 2006.
2006. So now the safety of your family's in focus. Let's get you to America.
And I told him, no. If I left and everyone leave Iraq, who's going to fight for Iraq? We're going to give it to Iran or to the extremists. No, I'm not leaving. But I went back home for a break for like 10 days. I'm sitting and some stupid question jumped in my mind. So I told Beda, can you bring the kids? So she brought my 4 kids, told them, okay, guys, we can make vote. This is about what, Daddy? Told them about who's going to be Sunnah, who's going to be Shia. I am Sunni, my wife, she's Shia. And they says, okay, Daddy, what's you are? Told them I'm Sunni, Mom, Shia. They said, all of us, we are Shia. And we start laughing. You know, most of the people, they ask what the difference between Sunnah and Shia. If you cannot find it in Johnny Walker family, there is no difference. You know what I mean?
Well, I also hear something else that tells me where you may have been at the time. You're at a place where there's incredible pressure. The potential consequences for you and your family are getting greater. And you're going, how do I make way for a clearer connection with my family? Oh, by the way, we're all the same thing now.
This is kind of give my kids an amazing salad example. It's you believe what you believe because this is between you and your God, you think is right. And this is the holy line is between you and your God. But between you and the human beings is not the God line, it's the human line. That's why me and all my family, when we sleep, we have nothing called hate. So anyway, next day, I want to buy them something. They have money, but they cannot enjoy the money because they cannot go to grocery shop, candy shop, school, nothing. So it's look like, you know what? I think I did as best I can for my country. Now I need to move my journey from my country to my kids.
Was there some sort of like trigger moment for that? Yeah.
So my family, they have like gypsy life. They cannot stay in one house more than 2-3 weeks, 1 month, and they have to move from neighbor to neighbor because you know the Qaeda intelligent among you.
You're on the board.
Yeah, they are not coming with American uniform. They are one of your friend or one of your cousins. And in 2007, Baghdad, she moved to Baghdad and she faced a fake checkpoint and almost her and my kids facing the death. When she told me this story, is like, you know what? I'm out. So I talked with commanders and I told them, brother, I have to take my family away. Qaeda in that time started running some of the cities undercover. So everything goes in wrong direction. And it looks like I'm swimming against the river now. So I have to do what's the right things, because without educated generation, my country will never be free. So I'm thinking in a small business matter, if I build my family right, maybe they can be one of the cause to free my country in the future.
Well, it's a powerful moment because you're saying family's important. You feel compelled to fight for it. And you're saying this has gotten to be a tipping point where you see the country is in a place where the only place for you to make an effective change is not in it anymore. It's from the outside getting healthy. And then when the country's in a better place, we'll do our best.
Yeah.
So you make this decision for all the right reasons at that moment. The country is in a place where momentum is taking it backwards, too far backwards for you to affect change that you think is going to be helpful at that point. You make the decision to leave. Everybody's pushing for your freedom already. You may have been having that conversation a long time before you were open to hearing it, but now you're open to hearing it. And they're like, thank God you're ready to go. Let's get you out of here. Take me to the day where your freedom becomes a reality.
This is this year. So I received email from immigration. When I read the title, it's like, holy shit, hopefully nothing wrong. They cancel my citizenship or something. I'm trying to open it, like, no, hold on. Let me go outside. I went outside of my room. I opened it. I couldn't believe it. Like, I remember, like, since I am kids, teenager, listen to Kenny Rogers, Lady, there's so many ways I want to say that I love you. I have it now in my hand. All the pieces, right now they're gathering together a small piece of email telling me I am secure now. So it's an amazing feeling. I sleep, we struggle sleeping, of course. But when I wake up, I have a smile on my face. For the first day, first moment, I feel safe. Now I can announce my name as Riyadh, the American citizen, without anyone can take that right from me. And I can go anywhere if anyone want to harm me. All this country, the million of this country, rescue me. I belong to something now.
What did you tell your wife?
So I called her and I told her, I don't know how you guys should answer to the American people. She says, what do you mean? I told her, do you see I have no more accent? I'm acting like American citizen 100%. She says, oh my gosh, no way. I told her, yeah, March 20th, we're going together.
The whole story comes full circle. You're at the ceremony. It's a pretty big to-do, right? There's a lot of people in there.
I mean, we are 1,400 immigrants. But when they announce American citizen, everyone stand up. And this is another lesson to the politic. Think about United States before you think about your body.
So how many children do you have? You said you have 3, right?
4.
4 children. Okay, let's say it's 15 years down the road. You're coming home from a good day of work, purposeful work. You sit down with your wife who you're in love with on the porch. And here comes your grandkids. Say they run up the stairs. They're just young ones. Let's say they're like 6 or 7. And they say, Grandpa, we've been at school and people have been talking about freedom. And we really don't know what it means. What would you tell your grandkids?
Tell them right away, the freedom is to love what you have, love your family, love your tools, love your candy, and enjoy your moment. I'm not gonna let him complicate it, but always, always, you're American.
You sound like an amazing grandpa, Johnny.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
brother.
you for
Thank
sharing your time today. This was amazing.
Check. Roger that. Thank
All
you
right,
so
man.
much. Bye.
All right, folks, that's a wrap. If you enjoyed the episode, please leave a review on whatever platform you're listening to. This just helps put it in the hands of the people likely to get something out of it. If you'd like to dig a little deeper and see what we got cooking here at TOOWi Media, you can visit our website at toowimedia.com. Wishing you grace to fill your sails today. Stay great in the meantime, and I'll see you on the next Pioneers of Insight.
Doing like I remember one of the times Chris Kyle and other SEALs, they want to raise the flag at the top of the roof, and they know maybe they can get shot, but they do it. Not everyone facing death, he is the only patriot. He's the only one who can value the freedom. No, there is thousands and thousands, million people. They value the freedom, 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 freedom.
On a warm summer's evening, on a train bound for nowhere, I met up with a gambler. We were both too tired to sleep, so we took turns staring out the window at the darkness. The boredom overtook us, and he began to speak. He said, "Son, I've made my life out of reading people's faces, knowing what cards they had by the way they held their eyes. And if you don't mind me saying, it seems you're out of aces. For a taste of your whiskey, I'll give you some advice." So I handed him my bottle, and he drank down my last swallow. Then he bombed a cigarette and asked me for a light. And the night got deathly quiet, and his face lost all expression. He said, "If you're going to play the game, boy, you gotta learn to play it right. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run."
Hey folks, just a quick reminder that you have some choices about what you get in your feed. If you dig hearing from the Elite Warriors, you're going to want to check out the Woke Warrior Stories podcast. If you like the Outlier Stories, check out Beyonders. And if you like them all, you can stay plugged in to the Pioneers of Insight podcast. Also, we'd invite you to come swing by our website and check it out. We've done a lot of work there. And we typically like to pre-release videos a couple weeks earlier there, so you can get your hands on those there too. All right, folks, stay true in the meantime.